$20. $10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Behold, the complete guide to one-upmanship, the art of winning without actually cheating. Based upon gamesmanship, lifemanship, and one-upmanship by Stephen Potter, and adapted by Barry Took for the BBC, by special arrangement with Open Road Films, and starring Richard Briers. And this week, work.
In our discourses on the art of one-upmanship, we haven't as yet touched on the world of business. Indeed, businessmen have claimed that they invented lifemanship, using the equation businessmanship equals salesmanship equals lifemanship. That, of course, dated from the time when to make something was to sell it. It's all too clear nowadays that to make something is to have it stand collecting dust or being eaten by rust until the government take it over and write off a loss. In short, the business community is losing faith in itself, and it's up to us of the Yeovil School of Lifemanship to restore that faith. Now, in fairness, we can't teach a company to sell the unsaleable product, but we can help the time pass more pleasantly until nationalization or bankruptcy comes. Mind you, we have developed a new approach to selling that may help. Now, the old way of selling was to be brisk, dynamic, hypnotic even, in the insistence that your product was best and that its attractions were irresistible to the prospective client. Let's see that in action.
It's not a question of can you afford it. It's a case of can you afford not to have it. Think of your family, penniless and hungry. Think of your employees, lackluster, without the will to pull you through the next financial crisis. Do you want your competitors to kick sand in your face? Do you want people to laugh you out of Easy Street into Carey Street? I urge you to buy and buy now.
Yes, but I can't see how installing an automatic soap dispenser in the washroom is going to make any difference. But if you think...
Sign here.
There you are, a faultless example of the dynamic salesmanship approach. Dead as the dodo, and nowadays mainly confined to door-to-door brush salesmen, sellers of encyclopedias, and insurance men. Now, of course, insurance is a potent commodity, and we at Yeovil are all for it, but there does come a time when you've had enough, both of insurance and the sellers of insurance. Is there a counter to these persuasive gentlemen? Yes, there is. Take note.
So you see, that means either £20,000 by the time you're 53, or alternatively, £50,000 by the time you're 65, plus an income of £10,000 a year with bonuses and the certainty of being able to send your children through a university education without any extra cost to yourselves. Now, frankly, I shall find it very difficult to sleep tonight unless I leave here knowing that you are both completely and comprehensively covered.
But as we've explained, we have insurance for most things. I don't think we can afford to increase our liabilities.
Oh, no, my dear. Mr. Botwood is absolutely right. Insurance is a wonderful thing. It is the rock on which the City of London is built. It takes the worry out of living. It secures serene old age, not to mention a lifetime of luxury in retirement. And with tax concessions, it practically pays for itself.
But you always say...
I suppose you're pretty well covered yourself, are you?
Me? Oh, yes, I certainly am.
Naturally, yes. You've insured your hard palate, of course.
Eh?
And your right fist.
How do you mean?
Well, you earn your living by talking, all right? Now, if your hard palate was to give way, well then. And your right fist, I've noticed how much you use that for emphasis. I mean, something could happen. Accidents do happen. In my view, you're terribly vulnerable. But don't let's talk about your troubles. Look, I've got quite a bit of insurance myself, but my aunts haven't. They're both rather old and eccentric, and they run a home for displaced Kurds in Walthamstow. Now, We're going over there for dinner. Why don't you come over and join us? You'll be most welcome. You're bound to sell a policy to my aunts, and you'll most likely sell some accident insurance to the displaced Kurds. They're always fooling around with knives and firearms, you know. What do you say, then?
Yeah, well, thanks very much. I've got a few other calls to make, you do understand.
Take your mind off your hard palate and your right fist.
The old counter-attack ploy doesn't always work, of course, but it's worth a try. In the normal, everyday business world, it's every man for himself, and the roles of buyer and seller are frequently interchangeable. Now, for instance, if you're in the business of making and selling soup, let's say, now, you not only have to sell the tins or packets of soup, but you have to buy the tins and the packets in the first place, not to mention the ingredients. Now, if the soup doesn't sell, you have to repackage it and sell it to something else. Smokeless fuel or garden fertilizer, possibly. But there are clearly many buying and selling situations involved. Now, we've seen the dynamic sales approach earlier, but the revered Stephen Potter, on whose researches our method is based, advocated in the gambits of businessmanship the undynamic or diffidence ploy as the better means to effect a sale. We call it the principle of negative selling. Now, a typical business incident is to persuade a client to sign some document containing a clause which on closer inspection will be seen to be to the client's disadvantage. From the businessman's point of view, there's a right and a wrong way to do this. That is, persuade the client to sign. Here's the wrong way.
Now, I think you'll find everything in order, Mr.
Well,
Fortinbras.
I don't know.
If you'd like to sit down here.
Well, I really am not sure about this, you know. I mean, for instance, what about this clause here?
Oh,
I mean,
yes, that's just to ensure that we remain
Is it?
mutually independent. And if you'd like to sit down... And,
Yes, but then there's this other phrase here about giving you sole right of transference. Now, is that all right?
Yes, that's perfectly all right. Yes, now, I've made a pencil mark for you to sign right there.
I really am
and I
not
think you'll find the
not
pens
sure
in
at all,
working order,
because-
Mr. Fortinbras.
Now, hold on!
Well, what is wrong? The businessman is too eager. He is hovering. He is amiable. He is standing over the client with a gleaming fountain pen full of rich blue-black ink. He has put the client on the defensive, and he's about to start asking awkward questions. Contrast that with this, the lifemanship-trained businessman using the no-pen approach.
I think this is the form that you're supposed... No, I'm sorry, that isn't it. No,
I beg your pardon.
I'm afraid we are in a bit of a muddle. My secretary, Josephine, she's left things in an awful mess here. Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's... hold on a second. Ah, yes, here it is. Yes, that is the form, isn't it?
Yes, of course it is. Look, here's my name.
Yes, that's it. Now, I just want to check to see that it's all right and I understand it. Whereas the parties hereinafter called the copyholders shall, within the discretion of both signatories... I can't understand it, can you?
Here, let me have a go. I understand this sort of jargon, you see. Now then, the parties assigned hereinafter referred to as the lessors and the lessees, respectively, unless assigned...
Marvellous, isn't it? Do you get it?
Oh, yes. Look, I think I'm supposed to sign these clauses individually, aren't I?
Yes, I think that is the idea, yes. Yes, now, I've got a pen somewhere. Wait a minute. I had it. This new girl, Josephine, you know, she hasn't got the hang of things yet, gone out for coffee. Nice girl, but I don't know where it is. Suppose a pencil wouldn't do, would it? No.
Look here, don't worry. I've got a pen.
My word, that's a cracker, isn't it? Oh, one of these new ones, isn't it?
Yes.
Writes under strawberry jam or something. Yes, very nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, I beg your pardon. After you.
Thank you. There we are.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I think you just, by mistake...
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Thank you very much.
Yes, well, thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye. Good of you to come. Good of you to come.
The no-pen ploy Its great advantage is that in time you can set up as a wholesaler of fountain pens. Now, this negative fountain penmanship is the cornerstone of the lifeman's whole approach to coming out on top in business. Remember, it's only the men below the highest quality who measure the carpet in their office to see it's no smaller than A's or not as thick as B's. For super boss-ship, the rule is plainness, simplicity, and orderliness. Not for the governor, the palatial office suite, the banks of telephones, intercoms, buzzers, dictation machines, cocktail cabinets, bathrooms en suite. The top man leaves all that for his underlings. Well, after all, if it makes them feel more important, all the better to one-up them with. So now, let's consider the work style of Albert Loomer Farr, boss of international packing cases. And I've heard people say, you'd never think to look at him that Loomer Farr is one of the richest men in Great Britain. I mean, honestly. Now, honestly, is this the office of a managing director?
Come in.
Mr. Farr, there's a Mr. Gascoigne to see you.
Good, good. How long has he been waiting?
An hour.
Mm-hmm. Good. Well, let him stew for a bit longer. I rather want to buy one of his sawmills, and it'll do him good to soften up a bit. Ah, you're wearing the arpège, I notice. Very appropriate. For Mr. Gascoigne, that is. How's he taking it?
Quite well, really. He's already offered me dinner, his box at the opera, and a cruise on his yacht.
Promising, promising. Just keep him waiting a few minutes longer.
Mr. Farr will only be a moment, Mr. Gascoigne. He's on the phone to Helsinki, buying a forest.
Oh, really? I thought I owned all the standing timber in Finland. Ah, you're wearing our pairs. Now then, about this cruise. My plane will take you to Corfu, we'll rendezvous there, and then the entire Aegean will be at your disposal. What do you say?
I think Mr. Farr has just finished his call to Finland.
Mr. Gascoigne, come in,
Yes.
come in. I must apologise for this apparent discourtesy.
Not at all.
You're very naughty girls not to have shown Mr. Gascoigne in right away. Now, please come in. Oh, dear, what a bore for you.
Not at all, Mr. Farr.
Not Mr. Farr. Please call me Bert. Everyone does, don't they, girls?
Here. Are we supposed to call him Bert?
The last one who did is now helping the export drive from our office in Gateshead.
Sit yourself down, Mr. Gascoigne. As you see, I'm a simple man with simple tastes. Some people would say too simple. Care for a woodbine? Now, what would you say to an offer of £500,000 sterling for your sawmills?
Really? I was thinking more in the region of $20 million.
Mexican?
American. Are you all right?
Oh, you must excuse me. You must not jest with an old man, Mr. Gascoigne. Now, might I suggest an amalgamation? That is, my packing cases, your sawmills, our forests.
Now you're talking.
Would you care to have lunch with me and discuss it?
What a good idea.
Good. Miss Harden?
Yes, Mr. Farr.
Yes. Would you please book a table for two for lunch today at the Ritz?
Certainly, Mr. Farr.
Thank you. Yes, good. Well, that's my packing cases, your sawmills, our forests. How does that grab you merger-wise?
There's no point in lingering with our two tycoons any longer, especially as the sight of two businessmen involved in a deal is my second favourite thing. My most favourite thing is listening to a party political broadcast while being dragged naked through an automatic car wash during a thunderstorm. But now, here are the Lichfield choristers to sing their tribute to the accountant's friend, that boon to the British economy, that simple and effective means of turning businessmen into gibbering idiots, VAT.
VAT means value-added tax, or tax on value added, or added value upon tax, where the tax is valued and added to the cost. Is that clear? The Act came into force on April Fool's Day, nearly 3 years ago, making VAT compulsory, with the usual exemptions and zero ratings. The tax is payable upon frozen yogurt, frilly knickers, and toothpaste, savory puffs, salted peanuts, and roasted cashews, and upon distilled water and charcoal, fruit juice, firelighters, syrup, and birdseed. Corn piers, lighthouses, and tugboats provide a public service and don't have to pay. Neither do makers of false teeth and spectacles, midwives, sewage and refuse collectors. The exemptions apply to undertakers, whether for embalming, cremation, or transport of remains. Nevertheless, the provision of coffins, flags, and tombstones is taxed at the standard rate. And in conclusion, if you are convicted of evasion, you are liable to a hefty fine and 2 years' porridge. This should give you plenty of time to study in more detail the laws of VAT.
Now, businessmen, like all men, must eat, and it's while at the trough that many deals are consummated. Where better than to see the British businessman at work? Now, there are numerous restaurants that cater for the expense account lunches, and they're a happy hunting ground for the students of one-upmanship. First, of course, comes the aperitif. Hello, George. What are you going to have? Dry martini?
Thank you, David, but very dry, eh?
Two very, 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 very dry martinis, Harry.
Oh, and Harry, I'd like mine stirred, not shaken.
Very good, sir.
I tell you, my boy, I mean, you don't want to drown it, do you?
The point of all this rigmarole is to establish what is known as the SQ, or sophistication quotient. The drier the martini, the higher its SQ, hence all the palaver.
Here we are, sir. Stirred, not shaken.
Thank you, Harry. Well,
Cheers.
cheers.
Well?
I'm shaken but not stirred. Same again, Harry, and this time go easy with the vermouth, will you? Thank you, Harry. Well,
Cheers.
cheers. That's just about right.
Same again?
Yes.
Harry?
After 3 of these, it's going to be difficult to remember whether George is trying to sell me something or if I'm trying to sell something to him.
How much do I owe you?
No, no, no. This is on me. You're always paying.
No, no, it's my call.
No, no, I insist. Here we are, Harry. Thank you, Harry. This is an essential part of businessmanship, drinkmanship. The object is to make the other chap feel vaguely uneasy and to insinuate that he has paid less than his fair share. It helps to soften him up for the business discussion to follow. It's all right, Harry. Keep the change. Well, come on then, George. Let's go and eat.
Yes, let's. But remember, the meal is on me.
Thank you, George. That last sequence was, of course, merely a demonstration, but our producer is such a stickler for realism that every prop was absolutely genuine. Oh, yes. I mean, right down to the olives. It took a lot of rehearsing, and the time taken on it was, I can assure you, some of the most pleasant I've ever spent in a rehearsal. As far as I can remember. Now, the business lunch. Now, in the course of the year, the businessman must have lunch with many different types of people. Now, we haven't obviously time to show you them all, but here are a few of the main types of luncheon partners the lifeman is likely to encounter. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, our lifeman is James Gatling-Fenn, who is so accomplished a business luncher that when he stopped, for health reasons, the Café Royal went on short time. Here he is with the bank manager.
Well, it's very good of you to have lunch with me, Mr. MacDonald. Would you care for a sherry before we order?
No.
No, I think we'll order straight away, Mario. Now then, what about a dozen oysters?
No.
Smoked salmon?
No.
Soup? Melon? Avocado vinaigrette?
No.
No. Yes, well, I think I'll go straight on to the main course too, Mario.
Yes.
Now, what do you suggest?
Well, the lobsters is good, or we got the fresh salmon with the mayonnaise, or got very nice steak and kidney pie is very nice, or you can have the roasted beef off the trolley. What you like, huh?
No.
No?
No. I'll have a plain wee omelette and a glass of mineral water.
That sounds very nice. I think I'd like that too, Mario.
2 plain omelettes and 2 glasses of mineral water, right?
Now, Mr. MacDonald, what about extending my overdraft?
No.
There speaks British banking. No wonder the only people with any money these days are the banks and the people who rob them. Bank managers are natural one-upmen, and there's no known way of outmaneuvering them in a business situation short of wearing a stocking over your face and carrying a pickaxe handle. But now, let's change the situation. Now, supposing you're after promotion, or at any rate, a rise. The logical thing to do is to invite the boss to lunch. Now, being the boss, he knows the form as well as you, and the lifeman must tread with care. But there are opportunities to advance your cause if you go about it with reasonable caution. Here's Gatling-Fenn in action again.
Well, I hope you like this place, sir. I've only just discovered it. It's awfully cheap, but the food is excellent.
Ah, Mr. Carruthers! Nice to see you again, huh? It's been a longer time, huh?
How's the wife and all the little bambini?
The wife is beautiful, and the bambino is delicious. And Mrs. Carruthers, her foot is better, yes?
Oh, much better, yes, yes. Well, well, well. This is like old times.
Ah, Sir Mario, he don't forget his best customer. Just a little aperitivo on the house, then I get you the menu, okay?
Okay, Mario.
Gosh, sir, you know this place.
Know it? Know it? This was my happy hunting ground when I was assistant buyer.
My job?
Yes. I'll tell you something funny about this place. When I was assistant buyer...
You noted the "gosh, sir, you know this place" bit, did you? Took Gatling-Fenn 4 days of buttering up his secretary to find out his boss's favourite restaurant and his favourite food. And already he's in the mood to think, this chap's got remarkably good taste.
There he was, upside down, 1 foot in the trifle and the other in the ice bucket.
Mr. Carruthers.
Well, now, sir, shall I order or will you?
No, you do it, you do it. You're the host, James, you're the host.
Well, what about scampi frite? With steak Diane to follow with broccoli, demi puis fumet with a fish, and a young Beaujolais with a steak?
Well, that is remarkable. Because you know, James, that's exactly what I would have ordered. I must congratulate you on your taste. Now then, James, I know why you brought me here. Now, you're wondering who's getting the job of head buyer when old Furbelow retires.
Well, I know it's between Jenkins and me, sir.
Not really, not really. Now, I know I shouldn't be telling you this, but I've had my eye on you for a long time now.
Cheers.
Well, here's to our new head buyer.
Oh, sir.
The ploy is too obvious to need explanation. Find out the other chap's likes and dislikes and play on them. Now, if you want to find out how you stand, you can always tell your relative importance to the top man by use of what is known as Farr's law of mean familiarity. Now, this can best be expressed by a curve on a graph, but it's fairly easy to grasp if we take a hypothetical Michael Yates. Now, the boss will address his co-director, Michael Yates, as Mike. Junior director, Michael Yates, as Michael. Branch manager, Michael Yates, as Mr. Yates, assistant manager Michael Yates as Yates, his private secretary Michael Yates as Mr. Yates, apprentice Michael Yates as Michael, and night watchman Michael Yates as Mike. It's an infallible guide and more use to an ambitious businessman than a pocket calculator. Oh, here comes the next business luncher.
Ah, Yates. Good of you to have lunch with me. Sit down, will you?
Sorry, I'm late, sir. Had to wait ages for a bus. Thanks awfully for inviting me to lunch. It's usually just a sandwich. Is there something you want to talk to me about, sir?
Yes, Yates, there is. At head office, we've been keeping our eye on you, watching your progress, and we've noticed that you're keen, hard-working, and thorough. You're popular with the other employees. You're extremely polite to the customers. You're always punctual, never off for illness. Don't mind working late or taking work home with you. In fact, Yates, you are a model assistant manager. Now, Yates.
Yes, sir.
What's your game?
Now, there is one other kind of business lunch we ought to cover, and that is lunching with a lady.
It's a very nice powder room. It's a very nice restaurant. You've never brought me here before.
No, it's a little off the beaten track, but I thought you'd rather have lunch here than one of those noisy eating hells in Soho. Well, we don't often have the chance to chat intimately.
No. So many interruptions. The phone, people calling. But now we are alone. Almost.
It won't be long, darling, before we'll be properly alone together.
Just the two of us.
Yes, just the two of us. Hell, that's torn it. She spotted us. There'll be hell to pay now.
Why? Who was that?
My secretary. Look, darling, I've got some explaining to do. Look, if I'm home a bit late, tell the children I'll give them their bath tomorrow night. All right, darling? Bye-bye. And naturally, there's a lot more to businessmanship than we've had time to explore. The whole concept of board meetings, committeeship, exports, imports, foreigners. In fact, it's such a complex field that we one-upmen have only just got a foothold in the market. But I think the prospects for the future are bright, and I'm delighted to declare an interim dividend. What am I talking about? Sorry, it's the wrong speech. Beg your pardon, sorry. No, what I really want to say, what I simply want to say, rather, is this. If you really want to get to the top in the world of business, you must be thrifty, hard-working, and versatile. Oh, and one other thing. Marry the boss's daughter. Goodbye.
There's one-upmanship and tradesmanship and lifemanship we know, and windmanship and roadmanship and bridgemanship, oh-ho, and yachtmanship and boatmanship and shipmanship, oh-ho, you'll win a needle each for us. The devil of the heart, God him and the Lord. Without the truth and the